All right, I think we were going to talk about flock cameras and what is going on in this state with flock cameras because this is becoming nationwide. It's becoming a problem, but it's also becoming a problem here at home. I will point to just as an example. Last year, there was the issue with the woman from Texas who left the state, and a police officer tracked her across the country using flock cameras as she went to
Yep.
another state. This was a woman who was in an abusive relationship. Um, the boyfriend had come over and sexually assaulted her. She wound up pregnant. She left the state. I think she moved out of the state in an effort to, to get a care for that, abortion care for that. And police officers spent a month tracking her and over 70 or 80,000 flock cameras, tracked her down, and she ended up getting harassed by local police because of it. They
In a
didn't do
different
anything about
state.
it. In a
In a
different
different
state.
state.
In a
Right.
different state. And so but that turns out to not be an exclusive incident. There were
No.
2 police officers out of the same police department in Ohio. One was fired for using the flock cameras to track his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and, the guy who arrested him, the police officer that arrested him, ended up doing the same thing.
Well, it was that was an interesting case because what happened was is that the officer involved, right, accessed flock cameras 200 times, right,
Yes.
to track it. So what happened was is the administration involved put somebody on to investigate. The officer that they put to investigate then did it 20 times. Right? Like, and this comes after 5 officers in Georgia were fired for
Yes.
accessing flock cameras.
Yeah.
So, the idea is that flock cameras, as much as they're being touted for safety, are not safe
No.
for anybody. Okay.
It's surveillance.
Um,
It's mass
it's it's
surveillance.
it's mass surveillance, and anybody could have access to it. And again, if these police officers can have access to it, who else has access to it? Right?
Good question.
Local officials have access to it. Like, what are your local policies related to flock cameras? What are the policies of the state related to flock cameras? So the reason why I wanted to bring it up though was Hochul recently in New York recently signed into law the idea that, so I in a few months ago, I need to step back a minute. A few months ago, I talked about DMV and how the
Yes.
flock cameras are meant to create a driver's profile on you. Okay. And if you get a certain number of tickets and they change the ticketing that you can get a flock camera ticket now. They changed the point system in New York. Okay, what's the next thing though? Well, they passed a law that if you get picked up speeding 12 times by a camera, okay, now, you may not get a ticket for some of these, okay? But if you get caught 12 times speeding, even if you've never received a ticket, the state could come in and put a speed restrictor on your car to prevent you from going above a certain speed limit, to ensure that you no longer speed.
Wow.
Yeah, that's now
Yeah,
been signed
Big
into
Brother
law.
is not only watching, they're in your car. And think about
Yep.
this, because, if not a speed restrictor, there's the issue with the 2026 vehicles has like the ability for the manufacturer to come in and whoever else is working with the manufacturer to freaking shut your car down if you're
Yes.
if you might be too anxious, or if the cameras that must be looking at your face all the time determine that you might be, maybe your eyes are glassy, maybe you
Mm.
seem tired, maybe it detects that you might be drinking, maybe it detects that you might be wanting to drive aggressively, it can shut your fucking car off. So, yeah, the whole surveillance thing that we've talked about many, 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 many times on this show is, all coming together. Eh
Listen, we've had 250 years in this country. And now the country is being run by these tech oligarchs, right? Peter Thiel, we've talked about him before, Larry Ellison,
Elon
Bezos,
Musk.
Elon Musk. These guys aren't Americans. None of these people are Americans,
I think
okay?
Allison is.
But none of them believe in freedom.
Right,
None of them believe in capitalism. None of them believe in the things that they are telling you to believe in.
right.
The idea that you think because the propaganda on TV and because they say a couple of words that they believe in that, or you want to bash Hochul. Hochul is only doing what she's being paid to do. All these politicians are only doing what they're being paid to do. Okay. And you people keep believing it. And this isn't conspiracy. They've said this out of their own mouths. I believe it was Larry. I believe it was the guy who invented flock cameras said anybody talking about flock cameras in a negative way and saying that they're bad, right, is a terrorist. Okay. They are not talking about freedom, right? Talking about anything, right? Like flock cameras
In
are
other
a
words,
policy, right? It's a
right.
policy initiative. So we should all have a say in that policy initiative. And if people disagree with that policy initiative, or people disagree and say we think it should be done a different way or not done at all, well, that's an opinion, and that's protected by the First Amendment. But you have technogarchs out there saying that talking about something is a terrorist act.
Attacking
So
speech.
what they're clearly telling you is we don't have a First Amendment. They don't care about the First Amendment. They want you to believe it exists, but they're going to trample all over it if they have their way. In Ohio, okay, they just passed a law, okay, where if you're driving in a car, okay, and you are a passenger in that car and you get pulled over by law enforcement, you are required to show ID
As a passenger.
as a passenger. Okay. Think about that. As a passenger, you have a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your own person and to have your papers secure. In other words, nobody has a right to ask you for your papers. If you're driving a car and you're asked for your papers due to a moving violation, well, that's a written agreement that you have with the DMV to get your driver's license in the first place, because driving is a privilege, not a right. Understand the difference. Driving is a privilege, not a right. You are licensed to drive. Okay.
Correct.
But if you are a passenger in the car, you are not driving.
Right.
You have committed no infraction. The
So think
officer
about
has no
this.
reason to ask for your papers. Yet now in Ohio, and this is just Ohio now, but remember,
When it
these
starts in one
laws,
place, it
right,
spreads.
these laws go everywhere. So now you got to
Yeah.
think, is that coming to New York soon? Where if you're a passenger in a car, you have to provide, right? This is a violation of your Fourth Amendment, but not enough, now we have to wait, right? Somebody's going to get pulled over for this, and then it's going to go to court, and we have to go, right? Why are these laws coming in the first place? Because politicians are being paid to put these laws in place. We all look at these laws and say, who in their right mind would do this? Well, Republicans control Ohio, but they're
Yep.
doing it because they're paid. And are they restricting data centers which are impacting your water? Are they
No, they're bringing
are
them
they
in.
putting laws in place that protect farmers against price gouging for fertilizer? No. They're putting laws in place that say, we want your ID. We want to know who you are. We want to
And
know
that
who you're driving with.
where you're going, what you're doing, who you're doing it
Right.
with. They're
Right.
they're up your ass. Yeah.
Because what happens next? They're going to take your ID. They're going to put it into a database that you are driving with so and so. That database is then going to get fed to AI, which then creates a profile of who you interact with. Okay? Think about
Yeah.
how all this is connected. They want to know where you are, where you're going, who you're with at all times. This is what AI is intended to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not
See?
privacy.
This is very serious, and I will say this: there has been a groundswell of opposition, particularly to Palantir. I think I shared with you a TikTok, a very well done TikTok that kind of exposes some truths about Palantir that I didn't even know. Palantir is everywhere. It's not just here
Yeah.
in this country. It's in Australia.
Yeah.
It's in Europe. It's everywhere. And give me a minute. I'm going to pull this video up because it's very. It's only a couple of minutes, but it's a good one.
Yeah, there was a politician in Australia who came out and said, "We have our own technocrats that are pushing us towards fascism, and they're fighting it down there. They're fighting it in every country now. This is going around everywhere."
And the question is which country is going to stop it first? And that's usually something we do. We're usually ahead of that. And now we're way, way behind.
Actually, the country that has restricted it the most, AI the most, and their technocrats is China. Right?
Yes.
Like, it's
Yes.
China.
Yes. All right. So check this. This is really, really good here. Ba-ba. All right,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Here we go. There we go.
Hello, I'm from the government with an update on humanity's gentle slide back into feudalism. Brought to you by Brawndo. It's got electrolytes. And now please rise for our first trillion. Hail! Of course, when you wake up to the obscene inequality we've enabled, you'll want to fight back. That's why billionaires are building the tools to protect themselves. From you, tools like Palantir. Hi, I'm from Palantir, the military contractor and AI software company, named after the all-powerful Seeing Stones Tolkien warned us not to leave in the hands of evil bastards. Thankfully, we are very wise and balanced, like our CEO, who can't stop talking about killing people, wants an AI arms race, and gets a boner talking about the West's superiority in applying organized violence. And our founder, who thinks Greta is the Antichrist, and no longer believes freedom and democracy are compatible. Hail! By freedom, of course, Pete means freedom for him and his broligarch mates to rule the world. And that's where Palantir comes in. Let's meet some of our valued clients. Hello, I'm from ICE. Kidnapping people off the street is hard work, but not with Palantir. Palantir makes it easy for us to link your tax file, social security license, and plates into AI-driven hit lists. Sure, we mostly use it on migrants now, but Palantir will come in real handy when we need to round up the resistance. Thanks, Palantir. Hello, I'm from the government of Israel. Committing war crimes is hard work, but not with Palantir. AI-assisted targeting makes it simple to murder thousands of people, even if most of them are civilians, according to our own reports. Thanks for supporting our genocide, Palantir. Here at the British government, we heard Palantir is used for war crimes and said, hey, let's give them a contract with our NHS. Could someone abuse that data? No. It's not like Palantir's UK CEO is the grandson of a known fascist, Nazi-loving anti-Semite. Hail! Here at the Australian government, we have no fucking clue. So while others are ditching Palantir due to fears over data safety and its ties to El Duce, we've let Palantir into our defense department, banks, and even supermarkets. G'day, I'm from Coles. Price gouging you wasn't enough, so we hired Palantir to track and cut costs on our already underpaid serfs. I mean, staff. Sadly for us, people are realizing what fucking psychos we are here at Palantir. That's why France just ended our contract. British MPs want us out of the NHS, and GetUp is campaigning to kick us out of Coles, which is a good start. Except Palantir is just one head of the Hydra. The underlying problem are these billionaire shitcoins and the feudal dystopia they're building around us. So if you like democracy, now would be a great time to wake the fuck up and stop them while you still can. This has been a message from your local government franchise. Good luck. Authorized by the Department of Tech Bro Feudalism.
That was wow, that was outstanding. Everything she's saying in that video is spot on true.
It's all AI, by the way. That video is built with AI.
Yeah, it was built with AI. But
Right.
interestingly enough, do you think she did the accents, her voice, or?
Oh, I think that was all AI. I think it was
Oh,
all
AI.
Yeah.
Either way, whoever put that together, damn, they did a good job. They did that a really good job, and it's accurate. Palantir is up our asses. Palantir is the big brother that is watching us.
It's all of them together, though. Palantir is developing. You got to remember,
Yeah, and they're all tied together, right?
Palantir is building the AI engine. Larry Ellison and Oracle have all the databases where everything is stored in, and they're the ones building the data centers. NVIDIA is giving them the chips. And then you have the social media companies, Google, Bezos, and Facebook, Zuckerberg, right, who are feeding them all of our information. Well, they're the ones that have all the personal information. They're the social
And
media
Musk has the
companies.
internet. Musk has
And
the
and
wireless
Musk,
internet.
to be honest with you, Musk, I think, is just on his own. I don't really think anybody likes Musk. He really just has, he has the new like thing with T-Mobile, which is the link, whatever the hell you call it,
Starlink.
the satellite, Starlink. Yeah, they have the Starlink, right? So which is in all of our satellites. So they literally control everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's very interesting to see how the world is moving, right? You have China has decided that the best way to gain control is to control money and to control resources. So what are they doing? They're buying up all the resources, and they created BRICS to become the world's reserve currency. Okay. And it looks like we're moving in that direction. And then you have these tech oligarchs that say we're going to rule the world through control of people,
Yeah.
right? Not control of money, but control of people. So it's
Oops.
very, very interesting. At the same time, what are they doing though? Just as you said, and just as she said, they're trying to create feudalism. They're trying to create,
Neo-feudalism.
and they're trying to get rid of our democracy and replace democracy with corporate states, corporate towns again. Like we'll go back to the corporate towns. And then how do we get paid? We'll get paid in crypto. So the US dollar won't even exist anymore, and it'll just all be crypto, and there'll be different crypto for different regions, and all you're able to buy is what they can sell you, and the value of that currency will only be as determined by them.
Wow.
Right.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about folks? I mean, do you agree with this? Do you see, is this looking this way for you? Or are you going to be oblivious and just say, no, nobody would do anything like that. And meanwhile, it's happening right around you.
Well, the thing is everybody says, well, it can't happen here. Right? Like we're a democracy. That'll
We're
never
like
happen.
ground
Right?
zero. It's ground zero for where it's happening.
And
we
everybody
enabled
says,
it.
everybody says this is all conspiracy theorist bullshit, right? It'll never happen. All I'm gonna say is look at the 90s when Bill Clinton talked about healthcare reform. Okay, what was the narrative? The narrative was, well, you should have a right to go see any doctor you want. Okay. And then that changed from you should have a right to go see any doctor you want to you should have a right to have to ensure that you have the ability to go see a doctor and keep your doctor, to keep your doctor. Like it was any doctor you want originally, and then it became your doctor. It was like your doctor. They personalized it as you. And then they changed your doctor to your health insurance. Like you should have a right to choose your healthcare provider. Okay? It no longer was the doctor. The doctor was removed from the entire narrative, and it became health insurance. Okay?
Right. So now you pick your policy if your doctor participates.
Right. And now it just they keep moving the bar. And if you don't realize that they're moving the bar on you, and they're changing the narrative constantly in order to get you to believe something that isn't true, you don't realize that this change is happening right underneath you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been happening. It's been this has been a slow rolling coup for decades. And now we're at the point where it is so far along that we can see we can see it coming together. So when you sit here and you start arguing, because I know that you're going to drop into the comments and say Hochul, 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 Hochul. Understand that Hochul and Blakeman are being paid by the same fucking people. Whichever one you get the same results.
Right. And
when it comes to
and let's be honest, Blankman is a caricature of Trump. I mean, like, let's be honest. He's doing it and he's doing it intentionally. This is all being done intentionally because Hochul will win because we're a Democratic state. So Hochul will get a lot of the votes. But we all know Hochul is bought by these same people. So we know what we're going to get.
Yeah,
Okay?
it is really a shame, and I was saying this months ago. Do we have a progressive that was going to try to primary her?
Too late. It's too
Yeah,
late.
it's too late now. It was too, but nobody came forward then.
Because
I said you should have done it.
Nobody wanted the treatment of having the Democratic Party come down on you and accuse you of shit that you may not have done. Okay? And
Right.
that's what the Democratic Party does is Democratic Party, Republican Party, depending on whether you're a Democrat. Again, all these states have been carefully constructed, okay, to be what they are. Okay? So if you think you're going to get anything different in Ohio, a Republican state, okay, just remember they just killed the Fourth Amendment.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not like you're free to you're losing freedom in New York and that there's more freedom in Ohio. Like there isn't more freedom in Ohio.
And it's getting worse and worse.
And okay, go to Georgia. Oh, wait a minute. They have a meta data center down there that's poisoning their water and their residents. Okay, great. You got freedom to be poisoned. You can go to Texas. They have great freedom down there. Oh, wait. They're deconstructing their roads and their infrastructure is terrible. And if it snows, then you're going to be out of power for like a week. And if it floods, you're likely to lose people. Like people are going to die. I mean, you can go to that state. You have great freedom down there to die anytime you want. Like again, like you can talk all you want. These states are all being run the exact same way for the same intention, right?
Yes.
It just happens to be that we demand more in New York, so they give us stuff on the side to say, "Hey, we gave you this, but don't look at this other stuff that we're taking away."
Right. So definitely, folks, here's something you should definitely comment on. Let us know what you think. 7 words or more helps to feed the algorithm. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Be sure to follow us on the Daily Gripe. That is our new channel where we take on more national topics. And of course, Tuesday nights, we are live, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And in the meantime, we will see you soon, guys.